If I could go back and talk to the girl I was in my 20s, I'd give her like a big hug and I would tell her everything's okay, it all works out. But then I'd also give her 10 truths that I have learned that I think would have saved her a lot of years in pain. 20s was a very painful year for me. Well, years for me. That was very hard. I had a lot of loss, big milestones that I had to do on my own. I became a mom. It was big years. Lots of things changed for me. But one of the things I would have said to my 20-year-old self was, your worth is not tied to someone loving you. That's a big one because I think I spent a lot of my 20s, hoping that people would love me and hoping that, I can earn their love, that I was special, worthy enough to be with these people. And it wasn't until I got older, till I was in my 30s, I'm 32, so I've been in my 30s for 2 years, that I realized that it was like never really actually about me. It was all about them and them not being capable to love me the way I needed to be loved or deserved to be loved. And that anytime somebody's not treating you well or loving you in that way, it's not because of you, that you're unlovable, you're unworthy for the love. It's because they don't know how to, that they in them own selves have their own battles that are limiting them to actually give you what you need and what you deserve. And when you start realizing that, then you stop caring about if people love you, because the only person that matters, if they love you or not, is yourself. So that's what I learned, and that's what I would have told my 20-year-old self. Another thing I would have said was, nothing changes until you do. Whew. If I knew that I could change my life by changing myself, and it's funny because when I look back at my old journals, I can see it kept coming up. It was like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to work out, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to write a book, I'm going to do this at the age of 22. And then I got distracted again and nothing changed. It was just back to the same thing. Let's go drink, let's go party, let's go do this. So that's just something I wish I learned earlier on, but I'm glad I know now, because once I started doing my inner work and changing myself within, that's when everything around me changed. Everything changed. My environment does not even look the same anymore. And that's because I started doing the inner work. You can start over at any moment. Whew, that's a big one. Love that, because that's the beauty of life. I love a new day, because you can wake up and you can be the person you want to be. You can do the things you want to do, at any moment. You don't have to wait. I remember I used to always be one of those people that were like, I'm going to start when, this date comes at the beginning of the month, or I'm going to start on this date. I stopped doing that. I stopped doing that. I'm going to start now. This is when I'm going to make that change. I'm not going to wait till the beginning of the month. I'm not going to wait till it's a Monday. I'm going to start now, because this is the time to start. Perfect time. The present, right now. If you want to do it and you really want to do it, you'll start. You'll just start. Don't ignore red flags in people or yourself. That's a big one, because now looking back, there's so many red flags on so many relationships that I could have avoided probably the whole relationship. But I'm so glad I didn't, though. I will admit that, though, because if I did that, then I wouldn't have learned what I learned. And that's the thing, is you can go back and, well, you can't go back and change it in that way. I can't go relive this and make a different choice. But if I had the option to, I wouldn't anyways, because I love where I am now, and I wouldn't have been here without going through all that. But this is the thing with people, is they'll tell you who they are right when you first meet them. You just gotta listen. They say up front, they will tell you straight up without even realizing, because we all do, what the red flags are. And I think when you become a self-aware person and you start realizing your red flags and you start working through it, that's when you start changing parts of yourself. I recommend that you study yourself, study your patterns, see where you are the red flag, and then work on that, because that's that changes your life. There's so many things like I was even thinking even last year, and the things that I was doing, I was like, those were red flags. And I kind of like realized that and stopped doing those things, and worked through why I was doing those things. Because, you know, we all have them. We're not all perfect. But if you can study yourself and get to know yourself and fix those, then it really changes your life too. Your circle shapes your life. That's another one. Your circle, like the people you surround yourself, like that is a huge thing. In my 20s, I surrounded, like, it was just, there were so many people though. Like, I surrounded myself with so many people, and now I have such a limited group of people that I'm very protective of my energy. Like, I have friends that make me feel good. Like, when I leave hanging out with them, I feel like better. Better version of myself. I feel like floating on a cloud. Like, I'm so happy. I'm so energized. It feels so good. Like, I mean, I got good sleep because I just had this amazing time with this person. And it's super important because, like, if you are surrounding yourself, like, with people who have these, like, bad habits, you start doing those bad habits, or maybe you already do. And then you start surrounding yourself with people who, you know, have goals and are improving themselves and have healthy habits, like they work out and do all this, like you naturally start picking up on that. Like, even like, you know, one of my thing that I always struggled with, because you know, I grew up in a home that was with a hoarder. My mom was a hoarder. So I struggled with like maintaining cleanliness and like keeping my environment clean. But then I honestly, like, I'm so lucky. My circle, they are very clean circle. And I would be like, hey guys, like, you know, like, how should I show them my space, and it's like, how should I fix this space, like clean this up? And they would tell me, get baskets and do this. And like, just even like, they would send me their snaps of like them cleaning, and that was motivating to me. And it was just like, you start picking up on like those good habits from your circle, right? And it's the same with bad habits. You pick up bad habits if who you're hanging out with. So let's like always like hang out with people and have a circle that where everybody individually adds something to your life in a healthy way, where you can grow and learn from them. And the same with them, you know, they'll have you in your life because there's something special you do really well, that maybe it's even just you're a positive person, and you just, you know, your friends come to you because they're having a bad day and you just make them feel really good. Like, that's another thing, right? And be okay with outgrowing people. Like, at the beginning, growth will, a lot of times it'll look like loneliness. Like, you'll be wondering, like, where are my people? And I've had periods of that. It's just a season. It will pass. Your people are coming. They haven't got the memo yet. They're coming. They're doing their thing, and they're making their way to you. You're just going to hang in there. And I know it's very tough when you don't have people and you're in that period, in that space where you're very lonely, but you just hang in there. Like, they're coming. They're making their way. Humans, we need connection and all that. And it's coming to you. You're not going to be denied it. So don't be worried that you're going to be alone. Just remember, you're in a season. And that's what I will use that a lot. I'm just in a season. This is just my season. Because seasons, like, things are temporary. Nothing's permanent. And your people they're coming. They're just, you know, the external world is just catching up with you. And sometimes people have to clear out first. And then once they clear out, you're going to have a space where you don't have anybody. But then that means new things are coming. So just be open to it, and be thankful and grateful that you have that opportunity now to know yourself and spend time in yourself, right? Healing isn't linear. It's not like a straight line. It's going to be like here and there, backwards. You're back 5 steps, you're forwards 3 steps. I learned that a lot last year. Last year was a big year for me. But I think that was because like everything was coming up, and I had to like face everything that I didn't want to face, and things I didn't realize I had to face. But healing is very like, you know, back and forth. And that's the thing too, is like, if you go, like, you think of something that happened that hurt you, like, even though it was like years ago, you still feel that pain. Like, it still comes up. Maybe not as much, like, doesn't hurt as much as it was when it initially happened, But that's like the thing, right? Like you can be set off and then now it feels like all those years of healing has gone to waste. Well, they haven't. It's just that's how healing is. You go backwards and you'll go forwards again. Um, Forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness. Oof, forgiveness. There are like so many things in my life that I, had to forgive myself for. There's one situation that happened in my 20s that was like the thing that I will always have to live with. And I have to understand and be kind to myself that when this situation happened, like, I have to forgive myself for reacting the way I did. I was very upset and I was very angry, but it was the last time I saw my mom before she passed away. And this is like the thing that I have to forgive myself continuously for, because it comes up and it hurts my feelings. Like it just makes me feel like a horrible individual. But I realized that I was going off an emotion at the time. But anyways, what happened was it was the last day. I didn't realize this last day I was going to see my mom. And I was so angry with her. I was so upset with her. And I like went for a walk with my dog and I was pregnant with my son. And it was in 2020. It's March 15, 2020. And I was like pregnant with my son. I was so angry with her for things that I won't go in about. And, I came back after my walk and she like went to give me a hug and I pulled back and I wouldn't let her hug me. And then I felt bad and I told my daughter to go give grandma a hug, and she gave her a hug. And then I watched my mom leave. So I didn't say, I love you, didn't give her a hug, didn't do anything. Like she went to give me a hug and I was so angry and I reacted in a way where I pulled back and wouldn't let her give me one. And without realizing that it was the last time I would ever see her again. And I think it was, at that moment, like it's something that lives in my head continuously, that I had to constantly say to myself, she knew you loved her and like, I have to live with it, but I have to forgive myself for reacting that way. Like I was reacting, and that's why I'm like very big on trying to regulate my emotions and stuff. I think though in that situation though, with how my relationship was with her, that it was a very appropriate response to how I felt at the time. But I do wish that I, if only I knew, then I would have reacted differently. But I didn't know. And I have to just remember that and forgive myself that, and acknowledge that she did love me. But that's like one of those things that I've just like, it eats me up all the time, because like I wish that our last moments together was me giving her all the love that I knew she deserved. And to know that, like, my God, I adore you. I love you. Like, you're my mom. So it just sucks that I missed that opportunity because I was so blinded by my anger. But I forgive myself for it. And I understand that, I had to, like, go back in text messages to see, like, did I say I love you enough? Like, and I saw our interaction. And I was like, okay, she knew. I knew she knew. And my, family members would say, yep, she knew you loved her. So it's just a bad experience for that. But that was something I had to, like, even now, like, forgive myself for not hugging her, because like, that was such a big moment in my life. The other thing I would tell my 20-year-old self would be, confidence is built by keeping promises you made to yourself. And that's like, you build trust for yourself by doing that. Like if you're constantly letting yourself down, not like that, you let yourself down, you're going to allow other people to let you down. You're not going to put accountability for them. You're not going to be like, you didn't do this. You didn't do what you said. And you didn't do what you said multiple times. So you're like, I'm putting accountability on you that you can't do this anymore. But if you treat yourself that way, if you're always letting yourself down, you're going to allow other people to do that too. And you get more confident by showing up for yourself, by saying you're going to do the things you're going to do. Like if you say you're going to work out. And build that trust with yourself, because the more you do that, the more you're sure of yourself. The more you could be like, I know I am this person. I know I can do these things. And the last thing is there's no timeline. There's no timeline. Like there's not like you're under this understanding that you're supposed to have, like, let's say example, like get married, then you have kids, and then you do this in this time period, right? First, it's like you meet your partner, you date, you get married, you buy a house, blah, blah, blah. There's no timeline. Do it anyway. It's your life. Live it the way you want to. Like, and that's the thing is, like, I bought my house when I was 22. I moved in there. I had kids at like 24, and I think 27. And I never got married in there. Like, I didn't go to school. Like, there's no timeline. Do what you gotta do. Have kids when you feel ready to have kids. Like, if you're in your 30s and you don't have your kids yet, don't worry. Like, there's no rush. You got time. If you know you didn't get married or you have kids, like, there's no timeline. You can do anything. And not like that, I'm a firm believer you can start anything at any age. Like, I'm like one of those people that will probably be like, oh, I'm gonna go to university at 40. Like, you can do anything you want at any age. Like, I'd probably still be doing things that I've always wanted to do at 60, because like, age is just a number. You can start over. You can do anything you want whenever you want. There's no timeline. You can become successful at the age of 50, right? Become rich. 50 years old. Now you get to live a rich life. Like, you don't know, right? There's no timeline. You can have kids earlier. You can get married later. I might not get married till I'm 40. I'm hoping sooner than that, but like, I don't know, right? There's no timeline. Just you live life and you just do what's best for you, and whatever happens is meant for you. So don't need to worry about it. But those are my 10 things that I would say to my 20-year-old self. And oh my, 20s was a very hard one for me. Like, it was just so much chaos and growing up and just so much learning and struggles. I feel like that's why I'm so excited for my 30s, because I'm in just such a great place. And I hope that I can help others to get into that great place and understand that, like, you know, where you're at now doesn't mean you're going to be there in a year, and so much can change and things get better. You just got to hang in there and you just keep working and focusing on yourself, and good things will come to you. It always does. And just, even if you're in the darkest place, which I have been, there's another side. There's the whole other side that you're going to get to. And when you get there, it's beautiful. And it's so worth it. So, yeah, that's all I have. And if you like my content, please hit subscribe. And then you'll hear from me in a week.